is our first edition of David All Speaks, and with me today I have two very special people who have actually flown just for this, for YouTube, for this video. So if you can, just introduce yourselves and tell us why you're here.
Well, I'm Samuel Coates, I'm Deputy Editor of this website, Conservative Home.
And I'm Tim Montgomerie, Sam's boss, which is why I'm tiring about home.
Great, well thanks a lot. That's conservativehome.blogs.com.
Yeah, well, simply conservativehome.com.
Conservativehome.com. So if you can for a minute, just talk about what Conservative Home does.
It tries to bring all the British Conservative Party's news together in one place, and it also sort of champions activist views, so grassroots who can be ignored by the leadership can have their say on here, and all the journalists in the country read what they've got to say.
Yeah, I mean it's one of the most popular political blogs in the UK. I've seen kind of top 3 or so, and it's become quite influential with the journalists. So it's going well.
All right, switch it up a little bit. Sort of a trick question for you: Sex Pistols, the Ramones, or the Clash?
Sex Pistols.
None.
All right. For me, Ramones. Okay, so if you can for a minute, talk a little bit about David Cameron and what he's doing with Webcameron.
Okay, well, Webcameron is a fantastic way of David Cameron getting past the sort of soundbite culture on the main news bulletin. You can only talk for sort of 10-15 seconds getting the message across. With Webcameron, he can stand and talk for 2-3 minutes and get a more complex, more interesting message over to people in a different way. His famous scene when he first launched Webcameron was at the kitchen sink, and it's sort of become a sort of a great moment in sort of the development of the web in British politics. Labour are now copying it, they've got their own channel on YouTube, so it was a good innovation by him, and he certainly won awards for it.
Yeah, so I don't know if you've seen it, but the functionality is very smart, and you've got a guy from Google who's kind of running the campaigns of the Conservative Party, and yeah, I think it's really good actually. It did get mocked, particularly at the first video. It seemed quite staged. I mean, he insists it wasn't, but like kids screaming in the background and things like that. But I think it's quite refreshing. And the other interesting feature is that every week people can submit questions which get voted on, and the top 3, 4, 5 questions which are voted, David Cameron answers in a video. So.
Yeah, I've actually found that interesting. Why doesn't David Cameron ask for videos via video? Right? Like Mitt Romney just did that this past week, and I submitted a question to him because I'm concerned about Gen X voters and the fact that the Republican Party is losing 18 to 25-year-old voters faster than any other demographic. So why hasn't he reached out to the YouTube community and said, hey, if you have a question, I'll answer?
Well, I don't know exactly, but there's a place on Webcameron for you to upload your own videos, so people can do that. It's just within that particular thing with the rated questions. I guess they just thought it'd be easier with text. So.
Maybe that's what he'll do next.
Hear that, David Cameron? Free advice. Okay. Next question: why is all good television from the UK? And of course, here I'm talking about Top Gear, which I watch only on YouTube. London Live, which I'm fortunate enough to watch on BBC here in the US, and The Office, of course, the original series is, first love. So talk a little bit about TV and culture in the UK.
Well, because a lot of British people think some of the best programmes come from your country. The Sopranos, the West Wing, and Desperate Housewives, Lost. They're incredibly popular in Britain. So yeah, we produce some good drama as well. We're glad you like it, and we quite like your stuff as well.
I think I prefer our comedy. We've got very insightful, intellectual sense of humour.
Insanely witty and clever.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, and for my last question, thanks a lot for being first. If you can, just talk a little bit about what YouTube means in the UK right now.
The fantastic thing is that you've had an opportunity, your political parties, campaigning groups have had opportunity access to the airways for a long time to put hard-hitting campaign messages to people. We haven't had that. The political parties, the BBC have had a monopoly, but with YouTube, finally, we can get hard-hitting videos out to be watched by tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people. And we can actually put issues onto the agenda through YouTube. And there weren't on the agenda before. And we've certainly, our first sort of big success was something called A World Without America, which people can see at aworldwithoutamerica.com. And it's a video that actually says that some Brits are still very proud of what America's done for the world, proud of our special relationship with your country. We'll be producing lots more videos like that over the coming weeks and months.
Yeah, I can only agree with that. I mean, the internet in general has just swept away all barriers to entry, and YouTube is just an easy, reliable service for people to make their own videos, and I think it is going to help shape British politics in the future.
Great. Well, thanks a lot. That was David All Speaks. This was Top 5. This is our first. Thank you so much for joining us. You can visit their website at conservativehome.com, and you can also connect with them on Facebook just by doing a search for Conservative Home, and you'll find their group. And of course, they are leading that organization online. So if you have any questions for our next Top 5, or if you just want to give me some feedback, feel free to do that. Just leave a video response or a comment, and I will get back with you. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it. Should be good.